What's up, everyone? Welcome back to your favorite channel where you get to learn about leadership, communication, and networking, both from the social level to the personal, individual level. Today, we're talking about how to communicate with the opposite sex, especially if you are a guy. Okay, so this video is focused on the most non-physical thing you can do to attract any woman. Okay, and this is attractor in long term. Okay, the most non-physical thing you can do, so keep that in mind. But before we proceed further, if you are new to this channel, welcome. Please make sure you click the subscribe button and also give me a thumbs up on this video. And if this video has really helped you in one way or the other, I would like to hear back from you guys. And also, if there is a topic that you would like me to speak on or elaborate on, just feel free to leave a comment below and I will definitely touch on those topics. So let's get right into it. The most non-physical thing you could do to attract any woman. I'm not talking about 4, 5, 6. I'm talking about any woman, be it 5, 6, 7, most especially the 8s, the 9s, and the 10s. Okay, the most non-physical thing you could do to attract her. But before I give you those three non-physical things you could do to attract her, you have to keep two things in mind. Okay, the very first thing that you have to keep in mind is you have to approach. Okay, especially if you've seen my video on how to be confident around women and how to approach women confidently, you need to approach. There's no way this will work if you don't approach. Okay, I've seen tons and tons of situations whereby there's a beautiful lady doing something and then you see guys just circling this lady like vultures, and you could tell that 9 out of these 10 guys want to talk to this lady, but they just don't know how to approach. It's almost like this girl is like a scarecrow or something, just scaring guys away. But the thing is, most guys don't have the confidence to approach these days, and I understand it's because of so many things. It's because of course, the possibility of what might happen if things go wrong, you know. Also, maybe the ladies could do whatever, you know. Sometimes women can be hyper aggressive when you approach them, so it depends on you. I always share something with guys. You need to be able to communicate safety to a woman non-verbally. You have to be able to do that, because a woman will not open up to you if she doesn't feel safe around you. She will not hang out with you if she doesn't feel safe around you. She will not say nothing to you if she doesn't feel safe around you. So you need to be able to communicate safety to her non-verbally. So how do you do that non-verbally? Your body language, the tone of your voice, eye contact, and the things you do. Okay, so that's a different video entirely, but just keep that in mind that you need to approach, because if you don't, none of the things I say in this video matters. The first thing is you need to approach. The second thing that you need to keep in mind is you have to be willing to take the risk of losing the woman that you find most attractive. Most guys are scared of losing women, especially if they think, oh, this girl is a 9, she's a 10, she's an 8, and she's hanging out with me. Wow, I feel so lucky. I will do anything for you. I'll please you. I'll do this. Get that out of your head. You have to be willing to risk losing her. Okay? Those are the key two things you need to keep in mind. If you can't do these two things, nothing I say in this video will matter. All right, nothing I say will function unless you keep those two things in mind and you take actions on those two things. That being said, let's dive into the video. The very first thing that you can do the very first non-physical thing you could do to attract a woman and make her stay with you is space. All right, remember, you've approached and you're also willing to take the risk to lose her. So the first thing you want to keep in mind is space. Women love space. You need to be able to just do away without the lady. Once you've approached her, and you guys are talking, don't get desperate. All right, while you're talking, she knows that you want her. Okay, she knows that you want her contact. She knows that you want all these things. The moment you jump right into it, she'll probably say something like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend." She'll say, "Oh, I don't give out my numbers," or whatever. So you don't ask for those things. Now, this would work if this happens in an area where you see this lady over and over. For example, maybe in the library, she comes to read, and you come to read, and you guys are like, you've made a couple of eye contacts, and it's almost like she'll be there the next day or the next 2 days or the next 3 days, or maybe in the gym, for example. She works out at this time, and you also work out there, and you've seen her and you both have seen each other. Now you're just approaching. Don't ask for a number, okay? Just lighten up the mood and give her space. Now, what space does is, space does the job for you. Okay, attraction is built in space. You have to keep that in mind. If you want a woman to be attracted to you, you need to give her space. All right, if you don't give her space, she would force you to give her space. All right, and when she forces you to give her space, she doesn't do it in a nice way. So you go in there, you lighten up the mood, you approach confidently, and you say 1 or 2 things. She laughs, that's it. You have to leave. Okay, now doing that, you're giving her room to think about you. Okay, you're giving her room to think about the things you said. You're giving her room to ponder. You're giving her room to start thinking about you, because that's how women develop feelings for you as a guy. She has to think about you up to the point she's like, up until the point where she thinks her way into loving you. That's fun though. So keep that in mind. Space is everything to a woman. All right. The second thing, yeah, it's a summer. Okay, so the second thing you want to do, the second non-physical way of getting the woman to attracting the woman you want, is you need to let her invest in you. Okay, you need to let her invest. It's fundamental. Anything that's valuable, we as human beings, we want to invest in it. And it's the same thing for men, it's the same thing for women. That is why as an African, I'm from Nigeria, for example. In Nigeria, we say things like, "Oh, if she's my woman, I want to take care of her. I want to invest in her." Now, this is where most third world country guys make the mistake, because they've pinned it into our heads that take care of a woman, take care of a woman, take care of a woman, say this, do this, do this. But we don't usually get the part where the woman takes care of her husband. It's technical, okay? So it's almost like you have to rewire your brain. And I'm saying this because this is actually a life experience for me. This is like a life experience because I had this girl once, all right? She is, I'll give her an 8, all right? And this girl would say things like, when I go to a place to pick her out and go on a date and this and that, she'd be like, "Oh, I want to buy gas for you. I want to give you some money to go fix your car, to do this, to do that." She wants to do stuff for me. And I'll be like, "Oh no, I'm African. In African, we focus on taking care of the woman. We don't let the woman take care of us, blah, blah, blah," things like that. And, I was thinking I was doing a good thing so that she doesn't worry about the finance or whatever, that I can take care of everything. But in her mind, she's like, this guy doesn't see himself, doesn't value himself. He doesn't want me to invest in him. And believe it or not, the relationship went downhill just because it was one-sided. So you need to give her the room to invest in you. Now, what does she invest in you? It could be time, it could be thoughts, it could be money, it could be phone call, it could be anything. Just get her to invest in you, and you have to be intentional about it. Okay, you need to know. Maybe she calls you out of the blue and she says, "Well, I'm coming to your house." Just be like, "Can you get me a gallon of milk?" Okay, when you say things like that, you're getting her to think about you wherever she is. So she's like, oh, what does it want? A gallon of milk? What type of milk? Half and half, low fat, blah, blah, blah. You getting her to think about you. And remember, attraction is built in space. Okay, attraction is built in space. So the moment when you're getting her to think about you, she's investing her thoughts into you, and now she's also investing her money, and now she's bringing herself to your place. So she's investing her physical presence. So this is where most guys get it wrong. Most guys think they should do everything. No, especially in today's world, because the world has changed. In today's world, you need to get her to invest, because women have been so pedestalized. They've been so, the whole world panders to them, and they know that the world is pedestalizing them. So when they find a guy, okay, when they find a guy that's like doing what the other 50,000 guys are not doing, they value you. And they want to show you that they appreciate you by doing stuff for you. If a woman doesn't do stuff for you, she's not into you. Investment, what investment does is, it's just like, for example, if you have a business, okay, and you buy shares in the business, you are investing in that company, right? Would you want the company to go downhill? Would you? So it's the same thing. Every time a guy says, oh, this girl left me, she broke up with me, she did this, she broke my heart, it's because the guy has invested so much to the point where he's not letting the girl invest as much as he's doing. And every time you're doing something and you feel like, man, I could just walk away without losing anything, what would you do? And that is why we have more women walking out of relationships today, because guys don't let them invest in them. Whenever you allow a lady to invest in you, it becomes difficult for her to walk away, because she wants a return on investment. So you have to get her to invest. Okay, like I said, it doesn't have to be physical. In this case, we're talking about non-physical. It could be phone call, it could be you just saying crazy stuff, it could be you just getting into her head. But you have to get her to invest in you. It's very important. And the final one is you being the prize. Okay, this is where most guys get things wrong. A lot of guys think, oh, they say things like, yeah, the girl is the prize, the girl is the prize. Now you gotta flip the script. Okay, flip the script totally. The guys at the price. If you look at the population of the world, we have more women than men. Okay, which means if everything is divided equally, it could be like one guy has 2 wives, right? Which means women are supposed to compete for men, and which makes the man the prize. Now, knowledge is power, and the moment you take knowledge away from someone, they become powerless. And that is why most guys are walking around powerless, not knowing who they are, because they don't even know that they are the prize. So you see a guy, he walks up to a lady, the lady says no, he's down. It's not supposed to be like that. Every time a woman says no to you, it's because, well, one, she's probably ignorant. Two, she's hasty when it comes to making generalization. And what you need to think about is you in fact just dodged a bullet, because that's not the best woman for you, obviously. So that's the final thing. You have to position yourself, and you have to let her know that you are the prize. Very, very important. If a woman doesn't see you as a prize, she's not coming for you. And how does she know that you are the prize? She needs to know that you have access to multiple women. Okay, she needs to know that you can walk away at any point if she's not acting straight. And this goes back to the 2 things that you have to keep in mind. You need to, at any point, be willing to take the risk of losing her. Okay, if you are willing to take that risk at any given point, you automatically put yourself as the prize. And the moment this girl takes you, or she sees you and she wants you and she makes you hers, she values you, she invests in you because she feels like she has won something. Women are emotional creatures. Nothing reasonable works with a woman. Okay, you can't say, oh, I'm using my brain, I'm using women are completely against logic. Okay, everything I'm saying now might sound so funny and stupid and dumb, but trust me, it works like magic. All right, if anything, you could send me an email and like book a one-on-one, phone call, and I can take you through things. I've helped tons of my friends get back their girls or talk to a new girl. It works 100%, and that is why I'm sharing this with you guys, because I see a lot of guys make this mistake of, oh, they don't even know who they are, or this girl doesn't like them, or this. I'm like, no, because you're not positioning yourself as the prize. You're making her think she's the prize. And that is why if you follow the first two rules, which is approach and be willing to take the risk of losing her, you will immediately place yourself as the prize. You approach her, you talk to her. If it's someone that you know that she comes there often, whatever, maybe every 2 days or every 3 days or maybe every day, don't ask her for a number. Just talk to her and walk away. Make sure she's feeling good by the time you're walking away. Make sure she's, at the peak of excitement. And then you just be like, oh, I gotta go now. Don't try to establish any form of bond. Let her mind do that. So in conclusion, like I said, you let her mind do the work for you. So it's basically you allowing her mind, okay, you allowing the lady by herself to seduce herself by herself for you. So that's the whole point. That is why I titled this video the most non-physical way to attract any woman. This is something that works. Okay, you are basically getting inside her head and you are making her to seduce herself for you. So every time you show up, you just show up like what, like a celebrity that you are, and she appreciates you, she revels you. Just by the time she thinks about locking you down, whatever, you pull away. And every single time you do this, you are increasing the attraction. Now, a lot of guys will be like, what if she talks to someone else? Well, what if she talks to someone else? Then that means she's not yours, or whatever, or just, why are you even worried about that? The truth is, if you can pull this off, okay, successfully, you automatically place yourself amongst the top, let's say 3% of men. Because not every guy does this. So if you can pull this off, the more you pull away, the more she wants you, the more other guys talk to her, the more she doesn't even like them, and she just wants you because she knows what she wants. All right, so keep those three things in mind, keep the two rules in mind, and let her mind do the seduction work for you. Basically, it's just like you standing back and letting the woman just do all the work. And always keep in mind, women are worker bees. Women love to walk. And every time, it's just like you're in the workplace and they bring in someone else to do your work. How would you feel? That's why women resent men, because every time you're doing all the work for the woman, she's standing back, she's like, she doesn't even know his value, and she doesn't even respect you. So you let her work for you because you are the prize. Women love working for the man that they find to be attractive. That's it for now, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Now, if this video helps you in any way, okay, I would like to hear back from you guys. Okay, if you practice any of this thing, leave a comment below. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, share, comment on this video, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Love and respect.